Hi and welcome. Thank you for joining me for 20 minutes of quiet, silence, reflection. It's going to be a beautiful pink supermoon tonight. So eyes to the skies if you haven't had a chance to take a look outside yet. And it's not truly pink, in case you were wondering. I think that's just a Native American tradition. And there's a flower that blooms in the spring that blooms beautifully pink. So I think that's where the pink moon comes from. But do check it out if you can. We've had some really beautiful sunsets, some lovely evenings. But right now, I just want you to find a really nice, comfortable seat. If you'd like to lie down on your back, you're certainly welcome to do that as well. You don't have to stay upright unless that is your preference. Bringing your hands down to your thighs if you are, in fact, sitting upright. And if it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, do so, or you can just take your gaze down. And just start to notice your breath. Notice your inhale and your exhale. Perhaps this is the first time today that you've actually stopped to take a breath or to really just notice that you are alive and that you're breathing. Your body is breathing you all the time. You really don't have to do anything. It's just happening. You have this beautiful life force within you. And this is your opportunity to just take notice of its power. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. And just seeing what comes up in your body as you breathe in and out this way. So let's just scan through the body right now. Let's just check in with the parts of your body that are sitting here with you, noticing all of the places where you're making connections with the earth. Notice all the places that you're grounding. If you're sitting up, feeling your sits bones connecting to the seat or to the ground, tethering yourself to the earth. If you're lying back, noticing the back of the body where the lungs are mostly held, and just noticing how that feels as you breathe in and out, with the earth just holding you, holding onto your lungs, holding onto your back body. Breathing in and out. And let's start with the crown of the head. Just noticing the crown feeling lifted, whether you're lying down or seated. Feeling that nice pull towards the heavens, lifting up tall. Shoulders are back if you're seated. Spine is straight and long. And just noticing across the forehead, nice and smooth. Across the eyes and the bridge of the nose. Softening in the eyes. Noticing the jaw, the mouth. And if your tongue has found its way to the roof of the mouth, let go and let the tongue just settle right into the lower palate. And maybe make some space between the teeth. Allow yourself to breathe in and out very naturally. And soften that jaw. Hold no tension there. And then just notice your neck and your shoulders. Allowing the shoulders to drop away from the ears, making as much space as you can between the shoulders and the ears. And noticing the throat and the chest. Notice the rise and the fall of the chest as you breathe in and out. Relaxing your shoulders, your forearms, all the way down to your fingers. Letting go of any tension, any places where you're gripping. And notice across the chest and the belly. And receiving this next breath in a softened belly. This breath, and then this one, and then this one. Softening in the back of the body, relaxing. Relaxing across your hips and your thighs, up and over your knees, down to your shins and your calves. Everything is relaxing. Relaxing your ankles and your heels and your toes. Letting your feet just splay open if you're lying down. If you're sitting on a chair, noticing how it feels to have the feet pressing down into the earth, grounding you. Just breathing here. And as you take your next inhale, think about drawing in energy from the core of the earth all the way up through your feet, up your legs, traveling up towards your hips, all the way past the solar plexus, traveling all the way up past the heart and the throat, traveling all the way up to the third eye space, up to the crown of the head, and just lifting all the way up out of the crown of the head, lifting you high. And allow the next exhale to just pour that beautiful, brilliant white light right down into the crown of the head, down past the jaw and the throat and the chest, the belly, and the hips and the thighs, traveling all the way back down to the bottoms of your feet. And taking this U-turn and taking that path again all the way straight back up to the top with the inhale, and all the way back down the body with the exhale. And just continue with this breath pattern for a couple of inhales and a couple of exhales, noticing what you feel along the way. And just allowing whatever arises to be there with you. Maybe you're hanging on to some fear, some anxiety or stress. Maybe you sense a great deal of relief that you're taking this opportunity to love yourself, to care for yourself, so that you can be there for others. Whatever pops up for you, let it be there. A couple of inhales and exhales, following that same breath pattern. So we're going to spend some time this evening just tapping in to our inner selves. We've been at home for a couple of weeks now. We're in that place where tensions are running high in a lot of households. It's not easy to be home with lots of people that you don't spend this much time with. And we're all in this together. We're all feeling the same stresses and pressures of being home together a lot. But taking these really beautiful opportunities to tap in to our inner selves and to relax the body, taking ourselves out of this fight or flight place where we spend so much of our time, and putting ourselves down. The breath will move down into the body, into that rest and restore place, so that we can respond to all that's coming at us from a softened belly, from a softened heart. I believe it was Viktor Frankl who says that between stimulus and response there is space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies growth and our freedom. So taking the time to quiet ourselves in this way allows us to tap into that inner place, our true self, the place from which responding truly represents who we are, and not the frustrated, maybe angry, worried, fear-filled person that maybe we're becoming. So we're going to go back to source. And we're gonna spend some time right there, so we can build some pathways so that we can access that source when things come at us, because they do, and they will. So just continue breathing in and out really naturally. There's no need to manipulate the breath. I'm not looking for big full inhales and exhales. I just want you to notice your breath. And as you reflect a little bit on how you are responding to all that's coming to you, I want you to be sure and respect your own gifts and your own temperaments and your own level of patience. We're not trying to be hard on ourselves. We're just noticing. And ask yourself the question, how does it feel when I'm most true to myself? And asking, what are the circumstances that can foster my truest self? Is it taking time to quiet the mind like this? Is it reminding yourself that you are a calm, patient, loving person by just saying that when you wake up in the morning, affirming to yourself, I am calm and patient, I am loving and kind, I can do this, I can handle this? And is it maybe reminding yourself to take that breath before you respond? Find the space between stimulus and response and hover in that space just long enough to allow your true self to show up when it comes time to answer the question. to answer for the request, whatever it might be. Just breathe. And perhaps your mind has wandered into a place of how you feel when you're least true to yourself. Just knowing how that feels. And then going back to the place where you envision what the result would be if you were more true to yourself, more than you've even been so far. Go there and envision yourself being as true to yourself and embodying the loving heart that you have as possible. Because this is very, very possible. Even in trying times. Even with all that's coming at us all the time. It's very, very possible for your true self to show up in that space and then present itself so that you can really handle all that's coming at you with grace and with ease and with love. Our goal is to stay as high vibrating as possible right now. It will continue to help to encourage our immune system to stay boosted. It will allow us to maintain relationships with those we love and to maintain some dignity in these troubling times. So I just want you to continue with your eyes closed, just breathing in and sensing your truest self. It's in there. That calm, peaceful, loving person is right. It's right in there. So bring that into your heart space. Breathe in your truest nature into your heart space right now. Perhaps placing one hand on your heart and your other hand on top of that hand. Touching in on that true self. And perhaps even intending to allow your truest self to show up in the coming days. The great Christian mystic Thomas Merton says, "What can we gain by sailing to the moon if we are not able to cross the abyss that separates us from ourselves?" This is the most important of all voyages of discovery, and without it, all the rest are not only useless, but disastrous. What can we gain by sailing to the moon if we are not able to cross the abyss that separates us from ourselves? So just begin to deepen your breath now. Let's take a nice inhale together. And a nice long, full, extended exhale. And allow your next inhale to be big and full and draw right back into that heart space, reflecting back on your truest self. And let's send that right out as you exhale. Committing to yourself to show up from this place, from this heartfelt place. And not holding judgment upon yourself if something goes off. It's okay, it happens to all of us. Take another nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then draw your hands together, pressing thumbs right into your heart space. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, for committing to this practice and to slowing down the body and the mind. Taking time to check in with yourself, to go inside and reflect on how you want to show up in the coming days. You got this. Namaste. Thank you so much. We'll continue with our meditations this week, Thursday, 8 p.m. and Sunday at 8 p.m. Hope you'll join us again. Thank you. Good night.